the truth is that there are very subtle and rich skills still to be learned in terms of how to listen so that the client really shares with you what they care about most, how to be with the client when they are sharing an aspiration that is very dear to their heart, or a crisis that they're quite concerned about. So I think that there is an art and a science to actually the delivery of life planning that everybody can benefit from. I think so. There's training with empathy, with listening skills, with goal exercises, and how do you deliver them? How do you engage in a conversation? All of those things. We've got the investment manager, we've got the financial planner, we've got the financial life planner. So what are the objectives here? What's the value? What's the target? What are the life goals? And you can see the investment manager, oh, we want to beat the market. We all know how challenging that is, and how challenging it is in our relationship with clients, moreover. It automatically sets up some anxiety around those quarterly or annual meetings and gets us scampering in terms of redefining what the market is or what our proposition is. It's a challenging thing. And it's just money that we're aiming at, and the life goals, well, they're pretty much not considered. Financial planner, yeah, we ask some questions. We do a data gatherer about what the client cares about, but it's kind of in the background. We're really aiming at a number. What's the distribution going to be in retirement, basically? And we do a comprehensive financial plan, so we touch all the bases. Obviously, both of these things are terribly important in the final picture to a financial life planner. Financial life planner will do all of these things. But in the financial life planner, the focus shifts. It shifts. The target is the life you want. What is the life that you want, your client wants? And making sure that you have that great relationship that delivers it. So you have a meaningful financial life plan is the value, and you have an integration of the life goals into all the process. There's two tests that one ought to do honestly in one's own practice. Does your client leave the first meeting saying or thinking, wow, that was the conversation of a lifetime. I've never had a conversation so rich before. So that's the test in the first meeting. In the second meeting, which is where we deliver the torch, where we're working with the inspiration of a client, does the client get so exhilarated that you can see palpable excitement inside of them, vigor and vitality to move forward on what they care about most? Not about your financial plan, but what about they care about in their lives. If you're getting those two things in meeting number one and meeting number two, you're doing a pretty good job. You know, why is it that clients, so often in the surveys, they talk about how they don't trust financial advisors? There's even a good deal of anger in relation to us. And one of the reasons is that they never have this rich conversation. So how do we set that up? And how we set it up is by not engaging in that kind of cocktail party conversation, which is fun, but ultimately superficial. What is that wonderful, that conversation of a lifetime? What is that like? And if you think about it, if you've ever had one, it's where the person that you're talking with really takes you seriously, really is interested in who you are, in what you aspire to, or what you're concerned with, and establishes that by great listening skills. So rather than interrupting and bouncing back and forth with this excitement of a cocktail party, we really listen. The first skill set that we use in exploration is just simply listening without interrupting. And the second skill set is being aware of what the emotional undercurrents might be, and being able to empathize in a way that the client really gets that we're there. Another skill set in this particular conversation is open-ended questions. Not going when the client says, you know, I really love to garden. Oh, that's my favorite occupation as well. And taking over the conversation, taking it back from the client. but rather going, wow, wonderful, wonderful, and just leaving the conversation open for the client to move. Usually, a client is entering this meeting with something extremely important to share, something about their aspiration that's never been shared in a conversation with a financial advisor before, or something about their concerns. There are a variety of studies, I shared some of them here in my speech, that show that simply doing an investment business and doing it well doesn't lead to great referrals, doesn't lead to larger assets under management. It's much harder. It takes much longer to close a client, to bring in new clients. When you do this work in the very first meeting, clients are eager to sign up with you. They're eager to bring in all of their assets. So there are tremendous business advantages, and I'm really just scratching the surface here. Better sale value, greater retention, higher closing ratios, you name it. In every way, the business becomes more profitable.